Imagine a title so powerful that once it becomes official, it changes how millions of people feel about faith. In the year 431, Christianity faced a question that sounds simple, but it shook theology to its roots. Can Mary be called Mother of God? This was never just about Mary. It was about who Jesus is, because if Jesus is fully God, and Mary gave birth to Jesus, then some argued the title Mother of God protects the idea that Jesus is truly divine. But others said, God is eternal, uncreated, beyond time. How can the eternal have a mother? So the argument became a fight over identity. Was Jesus one person with two natures, or did people speak about him as if he were two separate realities? A major voice in this debate was Nestorius, the patriarch of Constantinople. He preferred the title Mother of Christ, Theotokos, because, in his view, Mary gave birth to the human Messiah, not to the divine essence. To his opponents, this sounded dangerous. They feared it split Jesus into two, as if the human Jesus and the divine Word were side by side, not truly one. So they pushed for a title that would force unity, Theotokos, God-bearer, not to glorify Mary first, but to protect a claim about Jesus, so the emperor called a council in Ephesus. This is important. These debates weren't happening in a vacuum. When an empire adopts a religion, unity becomes political, and politics pressures theology to become fixed. At Ephesus, Nestorius was condemned, Theotokos was affirmed, and a line was drawn. This would become official belief. But here's where it becomes deep. Once you officially say Mother of God, people don't just hear theology. They feel intimacy, they feel closeness, they feel a doorway to the sacred, so devotion grows, more churches named after Mary, more prayers, more art, more emotional attachment. A theological title becomes a spiritual culture. Islam honors Maryam more than most people realize, pure, chosen, and elevated. But Islam keeps the boundary clear. Mary is a noble servant of God. Jesus is the Messiah and a mighty prophet, but God is God, eternal, unmatched, unborn. He doesn't enter creation, and creation cannot contain him. So Ephesus wasn't just a council, it was a turning point where a title became doctrine. And doctrine reshaped devotion. This is Talks, where history brings clarity, and clarity brings calm.